Hi guys, welcome back to a new video. This is part 26 of the ecommerce app playlist. And before I talk about anything in this video, I just want to tell you that I will share this project on my GitHub profile. So I'll just create a repository and share that for you guys. Because if you're missing something in this playlist, you can just copy it and paste it into your own project. So after this video, you'll be able to check my own repository from GitHub. And one more thing is, I will not go through XML designs anymore in this playlist. So what I'm gonna do in the upcoming videos is to prepare the design for you, put the download link of that design description, and you can just download them and import them into your project. I wanna do this because the design process actually takes much time in this playlist, and I pretty much showed you all the important things you wanna know about designing in XML. Even if I want to continue showing you the design, it's just gonna be the same routine. So as I said, in the upcoming videos, there will not be any XML code. Okay, so for this video, we will actually implement the Firebase functionality for this fragment. So we want to retrieve the products that the user added into the cart and also implement the increase and decrease quantity functionalities. So without any further to go, let's actually get started. And this time we would like to start from the view model. So we want to create a view model for our cart fragment. In the view model package, create a new class and call this cart view model. Let me hide the emulator. And in here for the dependencies we want to use is, on the one hand, we need Firestore to retrieve the products from the cart. We also need the Firebase authentication to get the user UID. And we also need the Firebase common class that we have created in the last video, because as I said, we're gonna implement the increase and decrease quantity functions, and those are implemented inside that class. So private val Firebase common. Now let's add the inject annotation. And we don't also want to forget to annotate this with health view model. Okay, now let's create our state, which is gonna have the products. So private val cart products, and this is a mutable state flow. This one is going to have resource list of cart products, and we give that an initial value of resource dot unspecified. Now let's expose this state by making a public one, and we can use this function as state flow. Okay, now let's create the function that's gonna retrieve the cart products from the cart collection. So private function get cart products. And here we're going to launch a view model scope to emit the loading case in our state. I don't have that yet because I have not extended from the view model class, so make that. And now view model scope dot launch, and we want to emit resource dot loading into our state. Now to retrieve the products, we can use Firestore dot collection. First we want to enter the user collection. Then we want to go to the user document by his ID. So here we can use the authentication instance .uid, and this will not be null. Then we can say collection. We want to go into our cart collection. Now this time we're not going to use get, but we want to use add snap listener. And this is like a callback that get executed whenever the cards in this collection get changed. And we want to use this because we want to refresh our UI every time the user adds a new product. So every time the user adds a new product, this callback will be executed. You will see that. So in here we pass add snapshot listener, and we can use the lambda function. Let me just put this in new line, and here we get the value and the error. So the error here is nullable, so we can actually make a check if the error does not equal to null, or the value equals to null, In this case, we know that there is a problem, so we want to emit resource.error. So let's do that. We launch a ViewModel scope and we emit resource.error, and we pass the error here. We can get it from the error.message to string. Now this might be null, so add a question mark. Now else, we know that we fetched the product, so we can get the list of our products value.toObject, and then we convert that into our cart product. Then we can launch a ViewModel scope to change our state, this time success, and we will send our cart product. And this cart product actually, so let's add the S letter at the end, and then we can call this function inside the int block. Now let's make space in here, and we want to have a function to change the quantity. Now before I continue with this function, we need to implement something inside the Firebase common class. So open that, and we want to create the decrease quantity function. So let's do that in here. We can just copy everything in here, paste it, change the name to decrease, and in here we just can say -1. This will do exactly the same job. Now we also want a helper class, which is an enum class, and let's call that quantity changing. And this class is going to help us to distinguish between the decrease and increase options. So in here we would like to create two entries. The first one is increase, and the second one is decrease. Now that's it for our Firebase common class. We can get back to the change quantity function, and in here first we want to get the cart product that we want to change its quantity, and we also want to get the quantity changing, which is from the Firebase command .quantity changing. Now in here first we want to get the document reference, because we're gonna pass it to the decrease or increase functions. As you can see, we need the document ID or the document reference. So we want to get that. How we get it? And to get that, we can say val index equals to cart product. So this is our state dot value dot data. So we access all the products inside that state. Then this might be null, so we can use the question mark dot index of, and we pass our cart product. So now this will actually return us the index of this cart product inside our cart product state. Then we will use this index to get the document of this product. So how we get the document? Simply we can actually create var or private var document, or let's call it cart product document, equals to empty list, and this is what it's called, snapshot document or document snapshot, yep. And this list will be updated inside here. So cart product documents equals to our value dot documents. Now in here, as we said, we can use this index to get our document from this list, then we can get our document ID. So let's do that. Val document ID equals to our document or cart product documents. We get the document at this index, then we can say ID. Now we have the document ID, and that's exactly what we want. But this index here might be null. So in here we can say if index is not null. And another case is the index here might be -1 if this product was not found in this list. So we want to make sure that the index does not equal to -1. And if you are wondering why it might be -1, the reason is because if the user actually spams the button of increase or decrease, this function will not guarantee that it will change our state as fast as the user pressing the button. So there's a little bit of delay. So for that, this will actually crash. If we don't include this and the user spams the increase and decrease button, the app will crash. To make this clearer, I want to just write some documentation in here, and I want to document that because this might a little bit of confusing. So we can say index could be equal to 1 or to -1 if the function get cart product delays, which will also delay the result we expect to be inside our state, and to prevent the app from crashing, we make check. So this is what happens in here. I wanted to document that because if someone read it for the first time, it might be very confusing. We want to decide if we want to decrease or increase. So we can say when quantity changing, if it's Firebase common dot quantity changing dot increase, in that case we would like to call the increase quantity function, and we want to send the document ID, create that. And if it's Firebase common dot quantity changing dot decrease, in this case we want to decrease the quantity, and we also want to send the document ID. Create that function. Now let's implement these functions. They are gonna be simple. So inside the decrease quantity, we can use our Firebase common dot decrease quantity, and here we pass our document ID. Then we get the reference to our result and the exception, and in here we can check if the exception does not equal to null. Then we can emit the ViewModel.launch, and we can emit an error inside our state. We can send the message of that exception, and there's no need to emit the success state and to emit the new product, because as I told you, this function will be executed every time a new product was added. So every time the user added products, this callback will be called from our view model, which will emit the success state in here with the new products that we get from this function. Okay, now let's emit, or let's implement the increase quantity. I'm gonna copy everything in here, just paste it and call this increase. Okay, that's it for our view model. Now we can create our adapter for the cart products recycle view. So inside the adapters package, create a new one, and let's call this cart product adapter. I'm not gonna set up that. Instead, I will just go to the special products adapter, copy that from there. I'm gonna copy everything from here down to the bottom and paste it in here. Just select this and paste it. And now let's change stuff. Let's change the view holder name. So right click, refactor, rename, and let's call this cart product view holder. And we want to change the generic inside the adapter class. So cart product adapter dot cart product view holder, and for the binding item here, it's gonna be the cart product item binding, and inside the bind function we get our cart product, which is a cart product. Now inside the bind function we can load the first image that we get from the cart product. We can say images, and we can get the first image. Then we will show that into our image cart product. And for our text views, so here we would say TV product cart name dot text equals to cart product dot name. Same thing for our quantity. Now we want to show the price for each item. So we can say cart product.product.offer percentage, and this might be null. In here we can say we actually implemented that inside the special product adapter, or not in here actually, inside the best products adapter. Yes, so in here I think we should put that inside a common file so we can reuse it inside other classes. So let's do that, and inside the helper package create a new file, and let's call this price calculator. So this will be an extension function, float, might be null. We can call this function get product price, and of course add the function keyword in here, and this will return a float, open curly brackets. So in this function, this will be a reference to our percentage, and we also need to pass a parameter here, the price, which is also float. And now we can say if this equals to null, then we can just return our price. And if it's not null, then we can paste these lines in here. Instead, here we can say this, and instead of product.price, we can just say price. And then we can return our price after percentage. Now we can call this function inside this adapter and inside the adapter that we have built previously. So let's replace that actually inside the best products adapter. We can move these out, or we can just delete this and delete this, and in here we can remove this and say product.offer percentage.get product price, and here we send the product price, so product.price. So we can just get back here inside the cart product adapter, and we can delete this price after percentage equals to cart product.offer percentage.get product price. Here we send our price, so cart product.price. And now we want to show that price into our text view, so tv product cart price dot text equals, we can also get that from here like this, and we want to show a price after percentage. Now we want to show the selected color and selected size, so image cart product color dot set image drawable. So we want to change the color, and we can change that by color drawable. We can say cart product dot selected color, and if that's null, we just want to hide it, so color dot transparent. Same thing for our selected size, but this time we have a text view, so tv cart product size dot text equals to cart product dot selected size, and if this is null, we just gonna show an empty string, and we also wanna hide the light blue circle of our selected size, the circle that shows behind the text. So we can say image cart product size dot set image drawable. We can say color dot transparent. This should be inside the color drawable, and here color dot transparent. Okay, now for our div URL, we need to change the type to cart product, and we also need to change it inside these functions. Now inside this one, we want to return old item.product.id with the new item.product.id, and in here change this to cart product. Differ is okay, we don't need to change on that. Now in here we want to change the instance of our view holder, so here we use cart product item binding dot inflate. Now inside here let's actually change this to cart product, and we send that to our bind function in the view holder. And let's change this lambda in here to on product click, and we send the cart product to this. We also need to change it inside here to cart product. We also need two lambdas for the minus and plus clicks. So var, or we're just gonna duplicate this, make this on plus click, and one more time for the on minus click. We're gonna also paste this in here and change this to holder.binding. For that, we need to make this private val, or just remove private from our binding, then image plus, and here we're gonna call the on plus click. We invoke that and we send the cart product. Same thing for our minus click. And we call the on minus click. That's it for our adapter. Now let's close all of these tabs and let's go to our URL package. And create a class for our item decoration inside our cycle view. So this will be vertical item decoration, and this class job is to add some extra spaces between our recycle view items. You will see that. Here we need to pass the amount that we want to add between our items, and this is an integer. We can give a default value of 30. And now we extend from recycler view dot item decoration. Now we can override a function that called get item offset, and then here we can specify from which we want to add this amount. It's like a margin, so that's how it's gonna act basically. So you can say outrect dot bottom equals to our amount. Okay, that's it for this class. Don't get confused if you don't know why we created this. You will see why, and I will explain it when we get to it. Close this. Now let's go to our activity, the shopping activity. Now in our app, we actually want to show the count of products that added into our cart. To be able to do that, we want to get a reference for our view model in this activity, and we're gonna observe the get cart products in the cart view model from this activity. Then we can just calculate the count of products and show like a notification for that icon. And let's do that. So we can say val view model by view models. By the way, the notification I talked about is a badge, so that's what it's called. You will see it. So here we can add cart view model, and now we have a reference to our cart view model. In here we can just observe our cart, so we can say life cycle scope dot launch when started, and we can collect that state, collect latest. Here we can say when it resource dot success. We wanna find the count. It.data. This might be null, so size. If it's null, we show 0. Since we have the count of products, then we want to show that badge to our bottom navigation item, the cart item. So we first need to access our bottom navigation and get that item from the bottom navigation, from our menu. So to do that, we can say bottom navigation, find the view by ID. We want to find our bottom navigation view, then just go to bottom navigation, and after that we can say bottom navigation dot get or create page, and here we pass the menu item ID. So we can say r.id.cart fragment. And this ID inside our menu, let me show you it. As you can see, this is an ID of our cart item in our menu. Let's close this, and then we call apply on that. In here we can specify the number of the pages we're going to show, the count, and we can actually change the background color to resources.getColor, and we're gonna change the color to G blue. Now for the when block, we can say else. We don't want to do anything. We're only interested in the success case for this state. Now let me show you what we have done so far. Let me launch the app. Something was wrong in here. We actually, inside of ViewModel, something ridiculous in here. So inside the ViewModel.launch resource.success, we are emitting the error here. We don't emit anything. So let's do that. .emit resource.success, and we send our cart product. Now let's launch the app. However, we're only gonna see 0 here because we don't have any products into our cart. Oh, we actually have 2 products. Okay. So, okay, we have 2 products in here. As you can see, we show 2. If we go to this product, for example, add it into our cart, as you can see, we got 3. Why we got it like that? Because the add snapshot listener here is a listener to our collection, to this collection, the cart collection. Whenever we add a new product, this code will be executed. So whenever we add a new product, then we get the new documents and we update our state. Okay guys, so that was it for this video. I don't want to make this longer. In the next video we'll continue. We actually just retrieve the products. So the only thing missed now is to set up our fragment and observe the state, then update our products and the price in here. And as I told you, I will share with you this project repository on my GitHub. You will find the link in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great day. Catch you in the next video.